All right, let's see. All right, universe. Great Spirit, cleanse and clarify my energy, my mind, my body, that I may be a pure channel to your infinite guidance, that you may use me as an instrument and a vessel to bring about a message of love. I want to thank you that you clear the energy that does not serve my highest good, and the highest good I do those readings for. May you enlighten this oracle deck with clarity and understanding. I want to thank the universe, the God of creation, my spirit guides, my guardian angels, my mentor, all you guys, and myself. All right. All right, let's see. Whoa, Spirit. This is just going to give you a little perspective of what you should maybe focus on, or, what you need to raise up and what you need to focus on. All right, we have communication. This is 9. This is like when you really, truly want to be heard, you want to be heard. But are you listening before, that type of vibration. So when, you freely speak, feeling with compassion and not resentment, then you're able to get your message across. So maybe people are having communication issues. Now, one is being patient and waiting for the other person after they are finished with their idea or with what they're talking about. So if you really want to truly be heard, make sure you listen with your 2 ears. Okay, that's what I'm getting, because the third eye is open here on the communication. So now also, if you're feeling that you're not being supportive, or you're not supporting somebody, or somebody's not supporting you in a communication, then you need to build that. It might build up frustration, but you can become much more happier if you do that shadow work, because it's bringing out something that's already inside you. Okay. Now, when I look at shadow work, communicate within yourself. Do some shadow work. This is a period of a testing, quite challenging, unforeseen events may trigger you. That's what I'm talking about through communication. You may resent or build up resistance in the connection. And also, the people closest to you might trigger you, but this is the process of your mind to expand to a higher conscience. And when you're you're able to listen with 2 ears instead of 1. Because we each want to be heard in maybe in a different type of situation. And I can say, if I could give you an example. Okay. When you ask somebody a question and they get mad because you ask them a simple question, it could be of anything, and they make a big deal out of it, it's because they're lying. So, when the person knows that somebody's lying, resistance builds up, frustration builds up, and a lot of difficulties start arising, and you start building up this anger and resentment, and so you're not able to communicate anymore because of the resistance. Now, whatever you resist gets stronger. Okay? That's what I'm getting here. Whatever you resist gets stronger. So when you have to go within to get answers, so it won't be so much chaotic for you, and you're able to use your voice to acknowledge what you need and what your needs are. And if your needs are getting met, if this is not working, then other people are psychic, so you have to listen to what the other person wants to come across with an idea, or want to communicate with something. Communicate with them, get involved in that communication, because this is what it's about. Because energy is the energy can play emotional mind games on you, and so you don't want to be manipulated. Communicating truthfully, on the other hand, is much more expressing in a more calmly and loving way that what needs to be said, instead of fully trying to hide the fact that that there's something wrong, but you don't want to say anything. That builds up a lot of resentment. You have to break free of that of these energetic emotions to be interrupted with manipulation, with resistance. So when you speak freely without interruptions and resistance, then you're able to hear the other person. Because the art of listening here is her listening to the wolf. And this is right here is practicing listening with a loving ear, a more eager to hear and to hear what the other person has to say, so they can get more comfortable into what you need to hear or what they want to say. Doing your shadow self is like when you experience these emotions that bottle up, you have to go within and let them out. And so her third eye here is open too. If I'm not, that's what I'm acknowledging. And so when this is open, she is able to let go of resistance and resentment, build herself up to a higher form of conscience, and really raise her vibration to a higher level in a state of mind. Because nobody can really bring something out and already been inside of us. And so we learn this as we get older, and we start to learn this. And when we start to learn this, and we're able to quiet ourselves in the testing time, especially when we're trying to communicate to someone. When you're faced with a lot of challenges and triggers through communication, then you have a shadow to work on. And sometimes there could be rage in that dark shadow. It could be anger. There could be a lot of pressure, a lot of a dark side from that angle, that you're getting challenged with. This period is to assure you that you're not alone. There's light at the end of the tunnel, Acknowledge all aspects of yourself, because this is what it's about self. Know what your own shadows are. Know what your triggers are. Know who you are. Know that you're not alone. That there's always a tunnel of light at the end of the tunnel. This is a reflection of the outer world, so you can the inner world, so you can express in the outer world, reflect in the outer world from the inside out. Being in a higher state of conscience and awareness, and really have clarity. Really have clarity and expand a new type of level of conscience. Put yourself in that adventure to don't be overwhelmed with communicating. Just be gentle on the surface, tell the truth. Send love, light to the compassionate parts of your shadow self, so you can build and you can put love into those restored areas in your body, in your universe, your galaxies inside you. So that's what I have today for you guys. I hope you guys liked it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys. Blessings upon you guys. Make sure you guys eat right, because food is thy medicine.